In today's session, we will understand what is Ansible and the uses of it. Also, we will see how to enable the connectivity between Ansible controller and the node. Now let's understand what is Ansible first. Ansible is a configuration management and continuous deployment tool that we can use to do lot of automations like in-server automations or infra-related automations we can do with Ansible. For example, I want to do server-related operations like creating users or changing file permissions or any kind of automation I can do with this Ansible. Or if I want to provision an infrastructure in AWS, for that also I can use Ansible. And Ansible does support wide range of operating systems like various distributions in Linux, also Windows or AIX or many other operating systems it does support. Now let's do a practical demonstration on how to enable the connectivity between Ansible controller and Ansible node. For that I have connected to two Ubuntu servers. The left one will act as Ansible controller and the right one will act as Ansible node. So I'll install Ansible in the left side server from which I'll connect to this Ansible node. Now before installing Ansible we have to install Python because Ansible was built on Python. Python 2 is minimum version that we need for the installation of Ansible. So let me install Python first. As you can see, Python is already there in my server. I'll check the version, Python 3 hyphen hyphen version. I've got Python 3.12.3. Now let's install Ansible with the command sudo apt get install Ansible hyphen y. This will download Ansible package and install it in my server. And also we have to make sure Python is there in our node as well. So let's check if we have Python or not. Sudo, no need to use sudo. I'll just use Python 3 hyphen hyphen version. Yeah, it is already there. In your case, if it is not there in the nodes, you have to install Python. Now Ansible installation is completed. Let's check the Ansible connectivity to the local host so that we can make sure the Ansible is installed properly and working fine. So for that, run the command Ansible -m ping localhost. I'm trying to ping to the local host with the Ansible. So it should give me proper response saying ping pong. As you can see, the local host connectivity is success and response we are getting is ping pong. If we get this kind of response means the Ansible controller is able to connect to the target machine correctly. In our case, our target machine is local host itself. Means the Ansible controller itself is our target machine. Now what we have to do is we want to connect from this Ansible controller to this node. So for that I have to generate SSH keys and enable SSH connectivity. Let's generate SSH keys with the command ssh -keygen -t rsa -b 2048. I'm simply hitting enter. I don't want to give any password. I'm leaving all the values as default. Now let's copy public key. I've copied this public key and I'll paste it over here. I'll paste my authorized key in this authorized key file. Now let me check the connectivity from my Ansible controller to this Ansible node with the command ssh ubuntu @ let's try to connect with the private IP because we have created one public key over here and provided over here. So it will use key based authentication to connect to this target machine. So let's try to check with this, and if it is working fine then we can test the connectivity with our Ansible. So Ubuntu my private IP of the server is 172.31.32.171. 32 31.32.171. It's asking me fingerprint. I'm hitting yes. There you go. I'm able to connect to my target machine successfully. Means our SSH keys are working fine. I'll exit from the server. Now let me create one host file in this Ansible controller. I'll simply create a file with the name hosts. I'll give my host group name as web servers. I'll provide private IP 172.31.32.171. connectivity Ansible underscore connection equal to SSH and Ansible underscore user equal to Ubuntu. My target server username is Ubuntu, so I'm giving Ubuntu. In your case, if it is a different username, you can provide that username. Saving it, and let's try the connectivity. Ansible hyphen I, I'm passing inventory file, the one host file I have created, space, and hyphen M ping web servers. This is my host group name I have provided in the host file. Alright, now let me try to connect to that server. It should give me success response ping pong. As you can see, we are successfully able to connect to the target machine, that is 32.171 with the Ansible. So this is how Ansible connectivity works. That's all for this demo. Thank you.